Alright, here we are. CouchBox here.
Let's get it started.
We got RJ and Bryden today. Yeah, this episode a little less sci-fi. They got that nice nod to the previous Thanksgiving episode. They do a lot of Thanksgiving episodes, it looks like. Thanksgiving yeah. Rick just flies in as a turkey, which is last season they turned into turkeys to get the pardon. He seems like he got his pardon again. He's like, are you a turkey Dracula? Even though I think it's not blood he was sucking.
Right.
Yeah, and both Beths are here. Beth, Clone Beth, and Beth, whichever is
Space
which.
Beth.
I mean, no, what Clone Beth could be either Beth.
Yeah, but Space Beth got Morty that game system.
Lots of naked Rick.
Yeah, he just shows up naked. Put on some clothes.
It looks like when he makes a toast, everyone, they all want to kind of hear it at first. They're not just like, shut up, Jerry, make a toast.
Yeah, like no one's giving him shade.
Yeah, but Beth and Beth seem to be vibing already, all straight from the beginning. But anyway, he says he's going to kill himself or something like that. He kind of sets himself up the whole episode for not kill himself. He says he would murder or kill someone else if she was cheating. You know, classic Jerry stuff. Nothing really new.
Yeah, and Morty's kind of being pretty standard Morty stuff. Kind of like he got brainwashed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if... Well, his brainwashing is still yet to be fully talked about or realized. I don't know. In this episode, it didn't really seem to me like he was any less Morty than previous Mortys. In fact, Alina was saying that she thought that he was kind of mature, and like Summer at the end of the episode's like, you really grew up this Thanksgiving. It's like, how old are we?
Yeah,
but
I've seen 1,000 Thanksgivings.
But that's I mean, that's not to say that progression couldn't have been had even if Morty went back or like reverted back to his previous like Morty's after being in Roy to ending this toast. Yeah, no, it seems like the whole episode they don't really have good stuff, good family, wholesome kind of stuff to say, especially at the end when they're saying what they're thankful for. But I guess they're also pretty distracted by that point as well.
Yeah, I think they wanted to set up Jerry with like kind of wanting to be the head of the household right there. Like he has this like desire to be the head of the household, to be that patriarchal figure.
Yeah, like in a normal family.
It's his day. It's Thanksgiving. I mean, he doesn't have a job or nothing, but
yeah, I mean, I feel like he hasn't had a job for a long time. He just doesn't even go out and look for jobs anymore. He's just pretty content being the Jerry that he is.
Oh, and this is where they get that wine.
Yeah,
some special wine.
Yeah, they knock home that they are each other and they know each other. She's like, I know where that pain is in your back, and like, I know you can't say Venusian. I think about it too, but now you say Venusian just fine.
Yeah, this is how I fixed it. Like,
I mean, I think it's pretty cool that Sarah Chalk gets to voice multiple characters, like how Justin Roiland is doing in every episode, even if it's just Beth and Clone Beth. Still, she gets more depth to her voice acting. And then they get to play this realistic asteroids game. He's like, yeah, asteroids in space, not a game that I typically like to play, even when it's not realistic. But yeah, I mean, I guess there really aren't a lot of asteroids. You would think some parts of space have a lot of asteroids, but I guess not all of them.
He's like, the vast majority of space is empty.
Yeah, I mean, space is pretty damn vast, so you gotta imagine it's called space for a reason. Yeah, send a message back to Earth.
I thought it was like a video for your kids.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be on the plane for so long.
Yeah, the video goes back to Earth, to where your kids are. Yeah, Summer just doesn't get it. No, not yet. And was Jerry in the bed just now? Did you see that bed? It seemed like it was pretty empty.
Yeah, it did seem pretty empty.
It's kind of a weird eyebrow piercing.
And then, like you said, they're just kind of driving it home more. It's kind of like that narcissism thing. Like, Beth's always been kind of narcissistic, and now she's like actually hanging out with herself.
Yeah, kind of. They could definitely be a lot more safe. They could definitely be a lot more sneaky about it. But yeah, no, if anyone had a clone, you would think maybe they'd be attracted to themselves, but maybe not. Maybe that's just a narcissistic thing to think or to do. no one's ever had a clone of themselves, so you can't really say. But someone that has had Beth's personality in the past, yeah, it makes sense.
I like this one, the Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Like, it's realistic, and they spend all day looking for each other.
Yeah, go on the freaking subway. The new Street Fighter is kind of... It's not that realistic, but they do have like a mode where you can go out and find people to fight, and it's not just like the fights the whole time. Which, I don't know. It's cool to an extent, but yeah, they kind of expose just how lame it could be. I mean, that's part of one thing, like, just... I'm not saying you want to go out and fight people, but I mean, you can do everything else. Go out, walk out, find someone, fight them at an arcade, in an arcade game.
I like how there's a picture of the horse on the front of the box. Like, Jerry knew what that puzzle was supposed to look like.
They find each other, they get full health. Yeah, but Summer knew, and because she saw them. But
Yeah.
I mean, even though they didn't kiss or anything, she did kind of. She's not dumb. She could tell what was going on.
Yep, she got like she said later in the episode, like she knew it first.
Yeah, and she naturally gravitated towards video games. You know.
It's a good coping mechanism for sure.
Jerry doesn't know shit. He just wants to do the puzzle. They both want vanilla. Such a lame...
Yeah, they go out to get some ice cream.
Not to anyone else that likes vanilla, but I mean, if you're gonna get some alien ice cream, I guess, I mean, you can have more variety. They can have tons of flavors.
Yeah, they're really hitting it off. Beth and Beth.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she is into herself, even without the clone.
It's so funny. When I was watching it, I knew they were going to forget the ice cream. That was like one of the first things I was thinking.
Yeah, it's classic trope in these kind of situations. Adds to the drama.
Morty's all taking out the trash, witnessing it all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they could have saw that Morty was taking out the trash when they were coming home. Like, they wouldn't have noticed that he was right there. Beth says, or Space Beth says some pretty nasty shit right in front of him, too.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was pretty loud. He could hear it pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they can not notice together. This is how it is.
It's that coping
Go make your own
mechanism.
controller. Some of us need all the control we can get. Yeah, they need some control. But yeah, they're worried. Yeah, they're like, once their dad finds out, it will be not the end of the world, but it will be fucking awkward for them for sure. And they don't want that.
Oh man, this whale.
He says it before we gotta kill dad, find a new dad. Yeah, that was pretty dark. Yeah, but it's alive. But I mean, it seems pretty convoluted of a way to get like some wiring. Like, Rick can't get better wiring or wiring in a different way. It's like the best wiring. He doesn't have some like stored up somewhere.
I mean, maybe since the portal fluid's out, it's just not working so good. Like, you know, he did have some stored away somewhere, but he can't go get it right now.
Yeah, that tracks.
But I mean, if he can go get this fish, why can't he have already had some fibers?
I mean, who knows where that fish was? He could have had it already anywhere.
That's true.
Yeah, I forgot the ice cream. Yeah, so I guess Rick has like also fucked himself, been with himself, left his family to hang out with himself, because he does say that he's left the ice cream. So he's also a narcissist. I mean, yeah, that part's pretty funny. For example, I've had some ice cream here the whole time.
Yeah, we've been
loves
keeping secrets. Yeah, it's so funny that he had that vanilla ice cream just sitting there too.
Yeah, he knew he didn't have to fabricate anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're clones of each other, so definitely they have the same favorite things, unless her favorite thing changed since she went into space, which definitely it could have. It's totally possible.
Some of those all the childhood things are the same.
See, secretly she wants to know what he said too, because they're the same person.
Mm-hmm. I like how when Beth hits, or Space Beth hits this, it's like a middle finger.
Yeah.
And then Beth hits it, and it's a Jerry.
Yeah, it kind of seems like it's just like whatever they're thinking about is what they blow out in smoke. Kind of highlights the differences between them that took hold since they like went on divergent paths.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, it kind of seems like that's their house. They're just like on the roof. It'd be weird if they're on like another
I thought they were on the neighbor's roof.
place's roof.
I like how he's got the puzzle piece sideways. He's all looking at, trying to figure it out. It's the eye. It should be very obvious.
It has a crazy reaction, and this realistic video came. He
He's
can't
like,
lift up
"Oh,
his sword.
It's so good. I finished it. It was like, dude,
Classic Jerry.
it was on the box. You could see.
Yeah, that it was gonna be a horse the whole time.
Yeah, and then they, the game picks a game for him or whatever. They find a random game.
Yeah, they just want to distract him, and then this is obviously what comes up. Freaking affair.
I mean, I feel like it's like it knows him too well.
Look at the controller he made. Looks pretty dope. Oh yeah, holodeck.
Oh no, they're in the holodeck.
San Junipero, the full one. Yeah, that's a lot of time that they spent together. Yeah, they're not being very secretive at all. Yeah, obviously Jerry doesn't know yet, or else he would be in there too.
Right. It's like she'll tell him when she wants to tell him.
Yeah, and everyone else seems pretty afraid of Space Beth. They don't really want to cross her.
She has the predator weapons.
Yeah, and she's like their mom, and they know that their mom's scary, and this is the version that doesn't care about them as much.
It's true. She left him already once.
Thank your moms for doing it. Thanks for doing it. And Jerry undoing his own fate.
It's true. It's so weird how, like, Space Beth was like, she'll tell her when she wants to tell her, but then she just straight up breaks the news to Jerry.
Yeah, but I mean, that kind of tracks too. She just did it kind of in like a Rick way. It's
Yeah,
kind
totally
of
in
how
a Rick way.
does all the time.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree.
And here, I mean, Jerry does say that he would be lucky to be torn apart by Beth, so he just gets what he asked for. I mean, he kind of has to realize that is something that could have happened, and he asked for it, so it's his fault.
And then he turns into a pill
Not
bug.
to say that the pill bug isn't hilarious. Totally
It's hilarious,
unexpected, out of
so
nowhere.
yeah, dude, so out of nowhere.
And yeah, I guess.
He got it installed one day when they
Yeah.
were out getting drunk.
The explanation track, she says he wanted it more than anything in the world.
He wanted it more than anything in the world.
Yeah.
I don't get it though. Like, just to be safe, like to have this kind of space to retreat into, and then if someone messes with you, you just turn into Shrek. Like, I don't get it.
I mean, I don't think that Rick explained the turning into Shrek part at all. He probably didn't even tell him there's any dangers
It's true.
of it. I doubt he thought anyone would want to pry him out after he turned into a pill bug.
Oh, I love this. You wake up in a forest. You, like,
Climb a tree. Yeah, okay, that's because there's trees around, but what's it gonna say? You can see a spot. So what are you looking for? I mean, it looks like you're looking for like an airport or something. Oh look, there's an airport. Something that you would have looked for while you were up in the tree. But instead of going to the damn airport, you go north.
You just
It
start
talks
walking
about the
north.
airport again.
For an hour, you walk north. Like, what? All you had to type was go to the airport.
Or walk north 5 steps or some shit. I'm not walking north for 30 minutes. Like, what? Plus, dusk is falling. Yeah, and this is another area where they're highlighting the differences between the Beths. And does that mean that this Beth is the real Beth and the other Beth is the clone Beth? Since she is like the Beth that is making the decisions. She chooses Jerry, doesn't choose Space Beth. Space Beth is sad about it. She's sad about it too. Obviously, the one step would be a Morty mind blower. I mean,
Easy solution.
they didn't even think about going to the airport this whole time. Like, who knows how many hours they've been walking in the game after. Yeah, you think Rick is afraid of Space Beth since when she came by, she almost killed him the first time?
I'd say a little bit. Especially now that the portal guns are out. He's getting ready to blow their mind.
Where the fuck are all the Morty mind blower files kept? Is that like underground somewhere? Like, it seemed like it was in the house.
It seemed like it was down in his lab. Like they went down through some ladder to get there.
I mean, isn't she gonna be like, why the fuck can I speak Venusian?
And it's like a shout out to or he says, if you come back to me and this all happens again, create a loop out of all of it.
It probably would have happened again, but it's
Probably
cool
would've.
that Jerry could like kind of hear everything that was going on.
It's like, I don't want you to wipe your brain. I just want to, have our family.
He does
I
know.
can't have the family, so I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, it's kind of very Jerry-esque. He knows that he wouldn't kill himself, but he'd be pretty pathetic, and he'd try to say that he would kill himself to prevent that from happening. And the thing he wanted to happen the least happened right in front of him with the clone of his own wife or his wife.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's so weird though. I think this is a shout out to the beginning of the episode. Like he wants that kind of patriarchy, like dominance, but manly figure kind of role.
I don't know, but when I was first watching this scene, I thought it was hilarious. I kind of could see where it was headed. Obviously, Jerry leaving is way too season 2. It didn't seem like that was where we were gonna go. Have like another few episodes without Jerry? No.
I thought they were gonna cuck Jerry the whole time I was watching it, but then it was like, nah. It seemed like he was all a big part of it. Like Jerry was like active, in the interactions.
Yeah, no, but it was still pretty funny to me when I was watching it the first time.
Oh yeah,
because,
me too.
Yeah, no, this is the obvious way that you can resolve all of the conflicts, because Jerry gets what he wants and everyone kind of gets what they want except for Morty and Summer. But I mean, at the same time, Morty and Summer, get the fuck out of the house.
I know, right?
Run, go.
Same thing with Rick, man. Just like take him, go do something.
Rick is
go get some ice cream.
Worse, yeah, Rick could take him, but I mean, he doesn't care. He's heard worse things in his life, but they could just leave.
I know.
They don't need to listen to all this.
They could go into the holodeck, but it got ruined.
No, I mean, I would imagine it still works.
It's probably all dirty. They haven't had time to clean it.
Yeah, that could definitely be true.
And it's probably the thought, too. There's all these places in the house, but they're like, but mom got down in there.
Yeah, but it's pretty funny. I mean, their walls, I guess, are pretty thin, and I guess it's always been that way.
Yep.
It's like, what the fuck? These Thanksgiving episodes, so wholesome. Water.
Yeah, let's talk about things we're thankful for. Water.
The Discovery Channel.
The Discovery Channel. I feel like it didn't really have a lot of like shout outs to, or like a lot of callbacks, or a lot of like changing things. I guess except for Space Beth leaving here.
I mean, she's probably gonna be back in the next episode after that.
You think so? I feel like this was kind of her taking off.
I mean, I doubt it. This is what, the third episode? Fourth episode? Third? Fourth? She's in 2. Been in 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, that's true. And then he's got that like remote, and he turns on the window.
Yeah, that's
opens
a pretty
it
cool,
up. It's a little cabinet.
It seems like a pocket dimension.
Yeah, a little pocket dimension. It's so sick.
Destroys the remote. So that wine seemed like maybe it had a hand in making that situation as crazy as it was.
I mean, we saw it right at the beginning. They were drinking it right there. I mean,
yeah, but you don't really get to know what it is. Really.
They don't tell you what it is.
Just assume that it's some wine.
I think it was like some narcissism juice.
Yeah, and this seems like this could be our Jerry, or it could be another Jerry that has been through the same situation as our Jerry, and that kind of wants to. And all the Jerrys that go into the Jerry Ruri, they might all just be Jerrys that, or the Jerrys that want to touch other Jerrys that are trying to figure out what it's like to be with like a clone of themselves, like Beth was.
Yeah, like all these Jerrys meeting in the alley have a Space Beth as a wife too.
Yeah, and that's pretty much as far as most dudes would go, like with themselves, I guess.
Yeah, I'm on that train too. I mean.
But yeah, I mean, episode was pretty surface level, not especially deep or not too many sci-fi concepts. I mean, yeah, in a world where you have a clone, there's a good chance that you can fall in love with them if you are in love with yourself.
And I mean, it's not like I mean, like, is that just masturbation? Like,
I mean, kind of.
Can you even like marry yourself? Because all your assets are all your own assets anyway. Like,
I mean, well, their clones don't exist, so I don't know if there was a clone of you that was born at the same time of you and then lived the whole life. I don't think that they would be you. It just depends.
I don't think that they should have all your assets.
Has been cloned of you.
Yeah. Like if I clone
that's
myself,
how close to you that clone will be.
If I clone myself, that clone wouldn't like own all the things that I own.
I mean,
it'd be like a new person.
No, if you cloned yourself right now, it would be the same person as you, and he would potentially maybe think that he owns everything that you own because, I mean,
yeah, that's dark.
If unless he was like, oh, well, I guess I'm a clone and I don't own anything, which is possible. I don't know if you could get yourself to believe that. I don't know if I could convince my own clone to believe that they were a clone.
So I created you, kind of like the Heistetron episode.
Unless, they wake up and look and see it, like, out of a vat or some shit, then you could be like, yeah, you're a clone.
Yeah, made
or
you.
If you have like in your brain the intention of making a clone, then you know that you were trying to make a clone, then it's plausible that you have a clone.
You know what you do? You pull the Family Guy and you make a simple clone.
What?
You remember that Family Guy episode where Stewie clones Stewie and Brian? He makes
I kind of remember that,
version.
but I don't remember if they were clones or not.
Yeah, he like took a little sample of their DNA. Yeah, and then he made a new one.
Yeah, well, that's a textbook evil clone.
Evil clone.
And then that's kind of, I don't even know if that's PC now, because...
It's not. You can't do that no more.
But I mean, if someone were to clone you, then your clone probably would think it's you. And you would think you were you, so... Without any way to prove that one of you is a clone, like if there's no belly button, some people say clones don't have a belly button, some shit like that, because you don't have an umbilical cord. So if there's not a physical difference, so way to tell which one's a clone, then you both would just believe that you're both the real one. And then whatever your life path differs from there would be the change in your person that would make the differences between you. But otherwise, at the core, you'd be the same person. Not like twins who are inherently different people their whole life.
So, like, if you killed them, like, is that murder? Like, you just, like, almost, like, cut a piece of yourself off. Is that kind of like what that is?
No, it is murder. You can't murder a clone because it's you.
Because I'm still here.
That would be like killing another... Because your clone is still a person. You're not supposed to kill a person. That would be murder. You don't have the right to kill a clone because you are the original. Because then, what stops the clone from killing you? Because like I just said, the clone thinks that they're also the original.
Yeah, dude, they might kill you too.
And so if your thought would be at any point to kill the clone, then they might think that they would want to kill you. Yeah. Especially, I could imagine that you would want to be alive, and as a person, you'd want to be alive, and so that other person would still also want to be alive and not want to die. And so if you thought about killing the clone, then the clone would also have the same thoughts that's what you would think if it knew it was a clone.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like this loop. Like everything that I thought, it would be thinking.
So if you were afraid that you were going to kill yourself or kill the clone, then you would probably take action to protect yourself by either running away or killing, the other one. Which you don't know if it's the clone or not. Or
maybe just not making a clone because you know.
That's what I'm saying. If you make a clone, it's easier. But if someone clones you, then... But yeah, I mean, I don't think all clones fall... I feel like if I were cloned, me and my clone would be pretty chill. Like, we'd probably get along pretty well.
Your thumbprints are, like, exactly the same.
Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't really factor into real life too often.
I mean, if he commits a crime or something, the forensics data comes back on you.
Yeah, that's the only time it ever factors into anything. And as long as... And if you yourself are not out committing crimes, then I don't know why your clone would be out committing crimes.
You're right.
Unless...
And if you were, then you both would be doing it.
Yeah.
It'd be like a tag team evil duo, like two brothers.
Depending on when you were cloned. If you were cloned and then you lived 5 years after being cloned, your clone could then become a criminal because it could have learned or wanted or been led into crime in those 5 years.
That's true. Versus, like Spacebeth, yeah, she left for an extended period of time.
I mean, like a year, maybe 2 years. Who knows how long?
Maybe she was stealing stuff. She was stealing stuff from Rick.
Who knows how many Thanksgiving Spacebeths have been gone? But yeah, no, in that time she would have diverged from regular Beth, which you see in the episode about how they're different in how they act. But I mean, they obviously don't have any desire to kill each other or to kill the other one, because then they both would have it and they'd have those thoughts and shit. And they're not afraid that the other one is going to kill them. That's why they don't try to protect themselves in that way.
Almost like that narcissism coming back. Like if they think they're so perfect, why would they want to kill another one of themselves? Like, that's like the perfect version right there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they think they're perfect, but they do like themselves or love themselves, and to that extent that they don't care about their flaws, or they don't see their flaws as being as bad as they are. But yeah, and then erasing your mind and memories wouldn't solve the problem, because the same thing could just happen again. You have to do it over and over until, I don't know, I don't even know what could stop breaking that loop if that attraction were to happen over again. But I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool and interesting to think about. I did like this episode. It was to me, it really funny and episodic. I really liked the video game kind of B plot, and like the kind of effect it had on Morty and Summer.
Yeah, that episodic kind of, I love that when it's kind of random, and like that's the best part of Rick and Morty to me. So I was laughing the whole time.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a really funny episode. We'll just have to see how they continue to do. And like I said, I didn't really seem like Morty was any different in this episode than in any of the previous episodes or anything like that. So it's, to me, yet to be seen if Morty has changed at all from his experience in freaking Roy.